Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome back. Video number 7. This is for us, inshallah. On today's video, we're going to be talking about the rules of meme sakina. So, what happens when we come across in this situation? So, it's been categorized in 3 different ways. So, let's just go ahead and put everything on the board. The rules of meme. So that's the rules of meme. And then we have 3 types here. First one, we have also know something. Let's see. I'm going to write it here in Arabic. Shafawi. Okay, Shafawi. Shafawi means because the meme is one of the letters that is pronounced from the lips. So if you say meme, see how you have to like press the lips? Meme. The sound is Okay, so that's why it's called Shafawi, because it has to do with lips. So this is also, it's called the rules of meme Shafawi, right? So that's another way of calling it. So sometimes I may say Ithar Shafawi or Idgham Shafawi. So just know that that's what it means. It's because meme is pronounced from that place. So that's what let's just put what this means for, like, it's the makhraj is from the lips. Okay, so the first rule would be ikhfa shafawi. Shafawi. The second rule would be idgham shafawi. And then the third one would be idhar shafawi. Notice they all have shafawi that has to do with lips. Okay. And I think hopefully if we can remember from our previous lessons, ikhfa means hidden. Idgham means to merge. And then idhar means clear. Okay. And then shafawi is for lips. Okay. So those are the meanings for these rules. So there's 3 types of meme rules, and each one has their own specific rules when we come across how we read it, how we recognize it. Okay, so for the first rule, which is ikhfa shafawi, the rules, the letters that we need to be paying attention to is 2 things here. We have to pay attention to meme and then followed by the letter ba. Those are the letters for the first category, ikhfa shafawi. All right, and then I'm going to go ahead and give us some examples, inshallah. And then how do we read it? Okay, so this is Babashirhum. Bashir بعذاب. That's one example. And then I will write the other example. Let's see if we can still fit it here. يعلم بأن. Okay. And then give another example here. رب ربهم بهم 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 him. And there's support on that one. Okay, so let's kind of highlight the areas that we need to focus on. So we said that the ikhfa shafawi has to deal with these two letters. So first we have to locate where are these two letters. So here's the meme, and then it has to come like that. First meme and then followed by ba. So here's the meme from the home, and then followed by the letter ba. And then here's again, we have the meme followed by ba. Again, we have the meme followed by ba. Okay, so in this situation, this rule tells us that we need to read it with a kind of like a hidden sound. The lips are not really pressed together when we recite this, but the lips are kind of, it's like a little open, but then the nasal sound is coming out also. So how we read this? فبشرهم بعذاب فبشرهم بعذاب. See, I'm not saying فبشرهم. The lips are still open. فبشرهم بعذاب. And then the next one, يعلم بأن بأن. And then this one, we're going to read it as ربهم بذنبهم ربهم بذنبهم ربهم بذنبهم. If you guys remember, we talked about this rule. This is iqlab. We talked about this little meme on top of the noon, because now it says that we're kind of pronouncing this like as in meme. بذنبهم. So that's why that little meme is there, because it's pronounced like there's a meme, but it's really there isn't, but the pronunciation. بهم. Okay, so this, notice on all of the memes, there's nothing on top of it. It's bare. And then it's immediately followed by ba. So this is the rule for ikhfa shafawi. So anytime we come across these situations, this is how we're going to read it. There's nothing on it. If there's a sukoon on the meme, then you're going to read it clearly. But it's probably not going to be followed by ba. It's going to be something else. But in that case, because it's a sukoon and you know as a reader that, okay, I'm going to read this clearly. I don't have to do anything with it, right? But when there isn't a sign, then we have to do something, right, to be able to read this. Same thing like when we talked about the noon. If there's a sukoon on top of noon, you read it clearly. But if there is nothing on top of the noon, we have to do something. Some kind of, either it's going to be ikhfa, or it's going to be merging, it's going to be idgham, or this or that, but there's some kind of rule that applies. Same situation here. And there's no sukoons on it. So in this case, it tells us that we have to do something. So in this would be the rule that applies here. So it'd be ikhfa shafawi bi ghunna. Ikhfa shafawi bi ghunna tu haraka. So we keep it again for 2 beats. So that would be the example for that. Let me clean the board, and inshallah I will come back with the examples for the next one. Okay, so the next category is idgham shafawi. Idgham shafawi, and of course it's going to be bighunna because there's 2 memes back to back. So in this situation, we have meme followed by another meme, right? So we have a meme, there's nothing on it, and then this meme, it's probably going to have some kind of vowel sign on it, whether it's a kasra, or whether it's a dhamma, or it could be any of these, right? So it would have those. All right, so let's go ahead and give several examples, inshallah. وَآمَنَهُمْ وَآمَنَهُمْ min. And then ورائهم ورائهم محيط. محيط. Okay. And then the next one is أنهم مبعوثون. مبعوثون. Okay. Let's highlight the areas, circle the areas that we have to focus on. So here we have again, we have a meme followed by meme mushaddada. Again, we have a meme followed by meme mushaddada. Again, we have meme followed by meme mushaddada. Okay, in all of these three situations, we see that there's nothing on top of the meme. All of these memes are bare. There's nothing on it. There's no other vowel signs. There's no sukun and there's no other vowel signs. So in this case, now we know that we have to merge. We got to read it in a certain way. So this would be complete. This is like idgham. It's a complete merging. So how we read this as وَآمَنَهُم مِّن وَآمَنَهُم مِّن. In this situation, it would be وَرَائِهِم مُحِيطٌ. وَرَائِهِم مُحِيطٌ. So this gets completely merged. All the memes gets merged here. It's sometimes as it's like you're not even reading this meme, you're just going to the meme mushaddada because it's already two memes here, and there's two memes here. So it's like you're not even reading this meme, right? وَآمَنَهُم مِّن. وَآمَنَهُم مِّن. It goes like that. Same thing here. And see, here we got the noon mushaddada bi ghunna. So we got to give that, we already know this rule. So we need to apply that here. أنهم so this is noon mushaddada bi ghunna 2 haraka, and then we come across hum. There's nothing on it, so we have to merge it with this. أنهم مبعوثون. أنهم مبعوثون. So we have merged here, and then here the rule would be, this is idgham shafawi bi ghunna 2 haraka. Idgham. So this would be noon mushaddada bi ghunna 2 haraka. This becomes idgham shafawi bi ghunna 2 haraka. The reason we call it shafawi because meme has the makhraj is from the lips. That's how we describe it. There was something I was going to mention, but I don't know, I guess escaped my mind. But anyways, oh yeah, there's another name for this rule as well, idgham shafawi. In some places they call it, I don't want to go into too much detail because I don't want you guys to get confused, but it's called like idgham mathalain, meaning it's like it's the same, right? It's the same letter. Mathalain صغيرين, meaning that it has a shadda on it. So this applies for this rule here, which is the one that we're covering. So it would be, let's see. You know what? We shouldn't. I shouldn't even talk about that because there's other types of idghams that are in different situations. So let's just leave that. But I just wanted to point that if you hear that somewhere, that some people might call this idgham mathalain saghirain, right? So it just means that you're still merging. Mathalain meaning it's the same letter. It's coming from the same place of pronunciation, articulation. So it's the same letter. That's what mathalain is. And then saghirain because they get merged and there's going to be a shadda on them. So that's a little bit more like more advanced tajweed, which at this point we don't really need to focus on that as far as like what it's called. But as long as you know how to read it, pronounce it, recite it when you come across these situations. So as long as you know even this, that it's idgham shafawi, right, with ghunna, then that's good enough. That the point is to be able to recite it correctly, not so much of understanding the rules, like what they're called correctly. So if you can do both, fantastic, great. But some people have issues with remembering the rules, but they know how to recite it. But that's great, as long as you understand how to read it, how to recognize when you're coming across these in the Quran, and you should know that, okay, what do I do now in this situation? How do I read it? Then the rule should come in handy. All right, and then let me clean the board, and then I will come back, inshallah, with the last category that we have, which is ithar shafawi, and that one is pretty easy because it's clear recitation. All right, let me clean the board, and I'll be back. Okay, and the last category here we have ithar shafawi, meaning that we have to read it clearly because there's a sukun on it, so on top of the meme. So in this situation, we have the meme with the sukun on it. So this is easy to recognize and it's easy to recite. So let's give some examples. We have salatihim, salatihim, sahun, hum an, hum yura'un. I'm just writing several examples. Alam yaj'al. Okay. All right, so let's now I just want to put these little in between, so tell us that we have 1, 2, 3, 4 sets of words here. And so now we're focusing on the memes. Where are the memes? Here, 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 and here. And if you notice, look on top of all of the memes here, we have the sukun sign. And the previous rule, there was nothing on top of the meme. So we had to do either ikhfa or we had to do the idgham. In this situation, because we see clearly that on top of all the memes, there's a sukun sign. So that tells us that we're going to have to read it clearly. We're not holding it. We're not merging it with anything, nothing. It's just read clearly and quickly. Because if you hold it just even for a little bit, the ghunna comes out. Because remember, we talked about mim and nun has the character, it's nasally. So if you hold it, see the meme, the nasal comes out. So we don't want to hold it long. All right. So in this situation, we're going to read it as salatihim sahun, salatihim him sahun, salatihim sahun. This one, hum an, and then it goes on to something else. Here we have hum yura'un, hum yura'un. We can't do this. Hum yura, no, because now the ghunna comes out. So now we've changed the rule. We made like ikhfa, or we did like a idgham. We're about to do idgham. So we have to be careful not to hold the meme long at all. I mean, as you read it, you just let it go. Hum yura'un. Hum yura'un. Alam, alam yaj'al. Alam yaj'al. Lam, lam yaj'al. Don't hold it. If you say alam, alam, no, ghunna comes out. It's very clear. You just read it quickly. Alam yaj'al. So this one is idhar shafawi, meaning it's clear recitation. We're not doing anything else. And it's easy to recognize because by the sukoon signs, and you come across it and you're like, oh, I know, I have to read this clearly. I'm not merging, I'm not doing anything, right? There's no ghunna, there's nothing. So inshallah, and we have to be careful not to hold the meme because the nasal sound will come out and then we're changing the rule, and we don't want to do that. So this was the rule for meme, a meme sakina, and what we do when we come across this, or whether there's meme sakina with the sukoon on it, whether there's a meme that there's nothing on it. How do we do that? And then in this case, there was a meme with the ba, letter ba on it coming, and then how do we read that? And then we covered all of this. We gave example for each category, each type of the rule. All right, inshallah, we will stop on this rule here, and until next video, salam alaikum.